Okay, so the next step is definitely a little bit more athletic. Don't be discouraged if the first time you try this you're not able to do it. I will give you some variations, but I'm going to start by showing you the sort of pure form. So we've seen that we can do the shin box from the arm screw, from the circle sit-up. What we're going to seek to do now from our shin box is imagine that our shins are like the frames of a barn. If you've ever seen a barn being raised, the frames get pulled into alignment until they fall into the foundation. So I'm looking to bring both of my shins vertical, perpendicular to the ground, and both of the soles of my feet flat onto the ground. And at the same time as I do that, I'm popping my sternum and my pelvis forward so that I end up balanced in a low farmer squat. So again, at first we just, through any means necessary, lift our body up. Second variation, if you have access to a Swiss ball, some people enjoy, is to just get comfortable in your shin box, stretching open the ribs, feeling that stretch on the shoulder. So there's a natural momentum being gained from the roll of the ball. And then as it comes up, finding how I can put weight on it and lift my close hip off the floor. Don't be surprised at first if you slip out. That's totally normal. Find where in the ball, usually just shy of the center line on the corner, you can place your weight, and then see if that can help you up. So I can roll away and come back in. Roll away and come back in. So this becomes a nice transition because it's not a very stable support. You still have to do quite a bit of work, and it starts to engage your ribs and your lungs as well. Now if you prefer something more stable, solid medicine ball is always a good option. So just putting the arm on it, same kind of way, and now seeing how I can work my hips, and once I have my balance, finding that support here. And the last option is to take a strap. Here we have an old martial arts belt tied around the column. Tying it around the door, so it goes through your door frame, is also a really good option. Holding onto your couch, if your bed frame is solid enough. But having your hand there, and then you can really, some people really find benefit hanging back, so that the hips have the ability to feel that weight, but still open. And of course, even if you're comfortable doing this transition, grabbing a small kettlebell and doing the same work is fantastic as well. So one last option is to take a low obstacle. It could be a rolled up blanket, some firm pillows, phone books, a medicine ball. In this case, I'm using an aerobic step. Quite simple, it's a good tool to have. So all I'm going to do from here, as if I'm doing my farmer squat, in case I lack that flexibility, or if I have trouble having my heels down and I start to fall, I can place myself in this position and I can see to what extent I can transition off the corner. Often from here, coming off the bench and going into your shin stand, your shin box stand, is a very good way to slowly cultivate that skill. Right? And then eventually, that will just translate into this, and then with hand support, the middle will become more of an option. One training tool we all have naturally is a good solid wall. So from that position, just seeing how the wall limits the shoulder and transitioning can be quite an eye-opener, because quite often the body slides. And so this becomes very much a load-bearing stretch. I can also play with pushing with my feet against the wall. So even if I'm unable to acquire that sort of full farmer squat, and normally I'm on my heels, by using the wall, I can find the distance where I'm able to work. I can now push my feet against the ground and my back into the wall, making it something that's achievable, but also extremely demanding on my legs. If I want an extra challenge, I can incrementally raise my body as a knee strengthener until I come up. And then, again, it's also very good for the ankles, and work my way back down.